Hey guys, what's up? It's Duncan here, KH fan. This is not going to be the typical album review slash Q&A, all that good shit type video that I usually do. This is basically my thoughts on the lineup for this year's Mayhem Fest. And in a way, I was a little disappointed, but on the same time, I was actually happy. This year, it's a whole lot different setup-wise for Mayhem Fest. This year, they have only one side stage instead of two, and they said they're going to have a bigger Jägermeister stage, so that might be cool. Most of the bands that are announced are pretty much on the side stage. And we also, and there's less bands on this year. Less bands on Mayhem this year. There's about 8 announced so far, and they're supposed to be announcing another one on March 5th, which I'm pretty sure I know who it is. But anyway, let's get on with who's playing. Now, let's start off with the best part, for real. There's only 2 bands on the main stage, and they're the co-headliners, and that's Slipknot and Slayer. I have to say that's the best co-headlining the two co-headlining bands Mayhem has put together. I mean, obviously they're repeats. They've been on Mayhem before. Slipknot headlined the very first one with Disturbed back in 2008. In 2009, Slayer co-headlined with Marilyn Manson. Obviously, Slayer was the main attraction that year in 2009. But Slipknot and Slayer in itself, it's going to draw a huge crowd for Mayhem Fest this year. I'm honestly stoked to see both of them because I love both bands. I'm a huge Slipknot and I'm a huge Slayer fan. I mean, I can't wait. And then we got the side stage bands. And we'll go from the first to the very last. High on Fire, Whitechapel, As I Lay Dying, Asking Alexandria, Devil Wears Prada, and Anthrax headlining. Now, excuse me for a second. High on Fire is kind of like last year's Red Fang. I mean, Red Fang was like a stoner metal band, if you want to say. And I thought they were awesome. I thought they were a pretty good, interesting choice, but not the best choice, but they were pretty damn good last year. High on Fire is not too bad, so I might actually watch them. Whitechapel. This is the second time they've been on the Mayhem Fest, and they've always wanted to tour with Slipknot, so they're finally getting their chance, and I think they should get their chance because Whitechapel, I mean, they're a deathcore band, yes, but they're like easily one of the better ones and one of the only few good deathcore bands, along with like Despised Icon, All Shall Perish, and some others that I don't feel like naming right now because I'm lazy. As I Lay Dying, I honestly thought this band should have been on Mayhem last year, but they didn't end up on it. But this is also a good pick for Mayhem to put on there. I mean, it was heavily rumored since last summer. I mean, someone posted on the Mayhem board saying, hey, someone from Metal Blade told me that As I Lay Dying is going to be on Mayhem Fest this year, and look at that. We got him on Mayhem this year. So that's one of the better bands on this tour so far. Next band, Asking Alexandria. Yeah. This was probably the biggest slap in the face ever for Mayhem Fest. I mean, they've had some bad bands in the past, in my opinion, but Asking Alexandria? Really? I mean, ugh. Asking Alexandria does not belong on Mayhem Fest. I mean, yeah, they're getting heavy. Doesn't mean they're getting to be more of a metal band, because I don't consider them a metal band at all. They belong on fucking Warped Tour. I don't care if they were on it last year. They should go back to that fucking festival, because they don't belong in this tour at all. And, yeah, I mean, that's like the worst band Mayhem has ever put on their lineup. I mean, I've heard Sumerian Records was going to have at least one band from the record label on Mayhem Fest, and I was just like, oh, could it be Veil of Maya, Born of Osiris, The Faceless, fucking After the Burial? No, none of those bands. Those are Mayhem-worthy bands, but yet none of them are on there, and we got fucking Asking Alexandria. The biggest fucking... Yeah, my Facebook's going on. Anyway. Oh, excuse me, I'll just... Anyway. I'll get done with that. And then the next band, another disappointment. The Devil Wears Prada. Another Warped Tour band. We got another Warped Tour band on Mayhem Fest this year. Why? Why the fuck do we have this band? I mean, compared to Asking Alexandria, they're more suited for Mayhem than they are. But I don't see them as a Mayhem Fest band at all. What the hell? I'm just going to go to Facebook. Hold on. Anyway. Sorry about that. Anyway. All I got to say is, what the fuck, Mayhem Fest? I mean, yes, Kevin Lyman founded this and Warped Tour. Yeah, he's putting Warped Tour bands on fucking Mayhem Fest. This is not right. If I were him, I would switch those two bands with After the Burial and, well, Born of Osiris is actually on Warped Tour, so I'd switch those two for After the Burial and Born of Osiris. So, I mean, Devil Wears Prada's heavy, but I honestly can't fucking stand them. So, yeah. That's just not the thing. That was worse than when, if you guys have seen my thoughts on the lineup for 2010's Mayhem Fest, where I went on a whole little rant about Atreyu. Yeah, honestly, Atreyu wasn't even that bad of a pick compared to this. Anyway, and now we come to the side stage headliner, which is Anthrax, which honestly is the best band on the fucking side stage. I mean, come on, it's Anthrax. They're a legendary thrash metal band, part of the Big Four, along with Metallica, Megadeth, and Slayer. Yeah. What else can I say? And they're headlining, so they might be playing at least an hour. So I can actually tolerate that part because, I mean, if it's only going to be one side stage and they're going to go one band after the other on one stage, then Anthrax can play an hour before the main stage goes up. Then yeah, I can deal with that. I mean, I would love to see another. I mean, I've seen Anthrax live on a headliner, and they're fucking awesome. So. They're playing an hour, I'll be happy about that. And then for the main stage, I mean, I've already said who's on the main stage. It's only two bands, it's Slipknot and Slayer. Slayer being the first one. I mean, Slayer obviously has never headlined it, never been the main headliner, although they should have been in 2009, but kind of a good thing they didn't because we wouldn't want to sit through Marilyn Manson to wait for Slayer now, would we, that year? Anyway. Now, Slayer, in my opinion, once again, from 2009, they were the best band on that tour. In my opinion here, they're the best band on this tour. Like, come on. We got two legendary thrash metal bands on the bill, and how can you go wrong? I mean, like, most people are going to want to throw Asking Alexandria and Devil Wears Prada fans in Slayer pits just to see them get their asses kicked. And I would love to see that, honestly. But I'm not going to bitch about that, because I've already bitched enough about fucking Asking Alexandria and Devil Wears Prada being on this fucking lineup. Slayer, I mean, they're going to bring it as usual. I don't know if, the thing I'm curious about is if Jeff Hanneman will actually rejoin the band as soon as he gets well, from his little injury, his surgery on his arm. Get well soon, Jeff. If that happens, or if Gary Holt from Exodus will be filling in, I'm not sure yet, but that'll be cool. And then we go to the main headliners, Slipknot. Now this has been rumored since fucking last year. I mean, to be quite honest, Slipknot pretty much announced that they were going to be back in the U.S. summer of 2012, and Corey Taylor said in an interview it was going to be a summer festival. So it was obviously it was going to be Mayhem Fest, because it sure as hell wasn't going to be Ozfest, because as far as I know, Ozfest isn't even fucking happening. It hasn't been happening the last year. Or really two, because 2010 really doesn't count because it was just 6 days. And that lineup sucked anyway. But yeah. All I can say, Slipknot is still the best headliner that Mayhem has ever put out. I mean, they put on a great live show. I mean, it kind of sucks that they're headlining after Slayer, but then again, it's Slipknot. Slipknot is a much bigger band than Slayer. And then we get to the special announcement band who's going to be on the main stage. It's going to be announced March 5th. Some people are saying, oh, it's Motorhead, which I would agree with, which I think will happen, but we don't know for sure until then. And then we got other candidates like Lamb of God and Five Finger Death Punch. Like, Five Finger Death Punch was heavily rumored for this. I thought for sure they were going to be on it. Them and Korn, honestly. But, they're not, as far as I know. If they're the special announcement, honestly, that would be better than having Asking Alexandria and Devil Wears Prada. Enough about that. Anyway, and then some say Lamb of God's going to be on it, but Chris Adler of Lamb of God said that Lamb of God is not doing Mayhem Fest. Instead, they're going to be doing a headlining tour this summer, so look out for that. I'll be definitely going to that if I get the chance. But, yeah. Let's hope that we have a good new announced band in March. I really hope it's Motorhead, because we need more old metal bands on this fucking tour. Because enough of the new and with the old. Because some of the old bands are still better than the new shit. I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with Slayer and Anthrax on this tour. That's almost that like those two and Slipknot are enough for me to go. So I'm just gonna end this rant right now. Let me know what you think of this year's Mayhem Fest. I know some people are gonna like it, some people are gonna fucking hate it. I can see this. I mean, honestly, if you don't, I mean, Asking Alexandria and Devil Wears Prada, that's gonna be just basically piss, lunch break, whatever. Anyway, I'm done with this rant. I'll see you guys later. As always, keep it metal. Sorry, Count Blackgrowth, I stole your line. Peace out, guys.